Well, isn't this nice? The welcoming committee.
Well, we were waiting to see what happened.
Is the arraignment over?
Yes.
Yeah. Took no time at all. Your motion for dismissal?
It was denied.
Oh.
Gus has been bound over for trial.
Oh, is that right? Is there anything we can do? Would you like me to... No, thanks. I'll be right at home.
Unfortunately, that isn't possible in this case. Parolees aren't eligible for bail. Now, unless I can get our illustrious district attorney, Mason Capwell, to drop the charges, Gus is going to have to spend the rest of the time in jail until the trial is over.
You think you can?
I'm going to try. In fact, I'll see about it right now. Gus, I'll talk to you.
Right. No, hang on a second. I guess you're pretty happy with the way this whole thing turned out.
Why would we be happy?
Well, I mean, they're going to railroad me into jail. They're going to throw away the key. Isn't that what you always wanted, Caroline?
Let's go, Jackson.
No, wait a minute. I'm not through talking to him yet. These are my good friends. All I need is a minute.
We'll make it fast.
I was just thinking, Lockridge. Maybe you ought to take her someplace real nice where she can celebrate, because this whole setup fits nicely in with her plans, doesn't it, Caroline? I mean, all you care about is eliminating the competition and getting Alice all to yourself.
No.
Admit it, it's the truth. And both of you know it. Come in.
Mason, I need to talk to you about this case.
So, do you remember anything at all about anybody vaguely suspicious hanging around here that day?
I'm sorry, I can't say I do.
Hi.
Hi. Wow, you feeling better?
Some.
You sleep well?
So you hear about the robbery?
Yeah, I was just asking Mark if he remembered anything new. That's all for now, man. I'll let you know if I can think of anything else.
Sure thing, Inspector.
It's funny, he still calls me Inspector.
Is there anything I can do for you? Can I get you lunch?
No, I'm fine. I don't suppose there's any chance you've reconsidered your identification of Gus Jackson.
I've thought about it a lot. In fact, I was up most of the night thinking about it. I'm almost positive that he was the one that robbed me.
You're almost positive?
Almost positive as best as I can be, considering what happened. What do you want me to say?
I want you to stop and realize what your testimony means.
I think we've been through all of this.
Eden, most of the case against Gus is based on your word. I don't think it's adequate for you to be pretty sure or kind of positive.
I know exactly what my testimony means. I certainly know what it means to accuse a man of grand theft. I don't like this position that I'm in. But what am I supposed to do? What do you want me... What do you want from me?
I want you to remember that a man's entire life is riding on what you say.
Don't you dare put this on me. Mark was a witness.
I'm not talking to Mark or about Mark.
You want me to change my mind?
I want you to be absolutely sure.
I'm as sure as I can be. You've asked me 1,000 times, and 1,000 times I've told you that I thought it was Gus. I want to please you. I'll admit that, but I have to be honest with myself.
What did I do? Strike a nerve? You people afraid of confronting the truth?
Lionel, let me talk to him alone, please.
That's what you want. Gus, we are doing everything we can.
You are dead wrong. In spite of everything that's gone down between us, I would never wish anything like this on you.
I figure you've convinced yourself that I really did do it. That way, you don't have to feel guilty about getting rid of me.
What do you think, that I'm in control here? That I've masterminded this whole plot against you? What difference does it make what I think? Nobody's asked me, certainly not the judge.
Oh, in other words, then you think I'm guilty?
I never said that.
You don't have to. It's just like it was before when you let me and Alice leave. I'm a threat to your place in the white world. I was then, and I'm even more of one now. Why wouldn't you want to get rid of me?
Will you stop this paranoia? What we're dealing with here is not about us. It's about Alice. Alice is the one I'm concerned about.
Well, that's touching. And kind of a first when you think about it.
Why don't you stop insulting the few people who are trying to help you? Have you asked yourself who got you out of prison in the first place?
I never belonged in prison in the first place. I didn't do anything wrong then, and I haven't done anything wrong
I
now.
know that, and I'm deeply sorry.
It's just like Alice and what she's been through. She never belonged in that hospital, and I think it's time she knew the truth about that whole situation, too. You could have saved her from that in the first place if you hadn't been so damn selfish. When I get out of here, I'm going to go straight to Alice, and I'm going to tell her all about it. It's time she knew exactly what she owes her mother.
Look, I really think that this whole tirade is because you're terribly upset. I understand that.
Lady, you still don't know me very well.
All right, Jackson, that's enough.
That's fine with me.
Simon, you were right. I can't wait till he is out of my life. I never want to see him again.
Caroline.
What? Oh, Alice, honey, I didn't mean what I just said. I was upset.
I came to see my father. I should talk to somebody who cares about him.
Mason picked me up when I was released from the hospital. He needed to stop here before he drove me home.
I see. I guess that explains why Joe Klein was handling the state's case at Gus's arraignment.
Well, that's what assistant DAs are for.
Yes, well, I need to speak to the DA himself about this case.
You know, if you two have business to discuss, I'll take a cab home.
No, you stay
problem.
right where you are. You're supposed to take it easy.
Well, I seem to have come at a bad time. Mason, why don't you call me when your private life isn't interfering with your public duties?
Julia. Excuse me, I'll be right back. Julia. What's going on? You want to tell me what that little scene was about?
It's called injustice. Somehow that always seems to make me angry, even though apparently it doesn't seem to bother you at all.
Just what injustice are you talking about?
Gus Jackson is getting a raw deal, and you know it.
Actually, I don't know what kind of deal he's getting because Klein hasn't checked in with me yet. But judging from your outburst, you didn't manage to get the charges against him dropped.
No, I didn't. He's been bound over for a trial.
I don't know why that should surprise you. It's what I told you was going to happen all along.
Yes, and I should have listened to you. Of course you knew the outcome. I mean, after all, you are the great and powerful district attorney, the wizard of prosecution. To you, justice is just a snap of the fingers and poof, Gus goes back to prison.
You know, I think I've begun to understand how you won all your cases, Julia. You just wear everybody down. Prosecution, judge, and jury.
I do whatever I feel is necessary to protect innocent people that I represent. Mason, please, drop the case. You don't stand a chance.
Motion denied. But if you want to have an argument about it, I'll be happy to meet with you later on.
Later? Oh, well, that's just peachy. We have a man rotting in jail, but you want to table the discussion until later?
Julia, I have to take Tori back to her apartment and make sure she gets settled in.
You go right ahead and you do that, Mason, because I don't want to take up any more of your valuable time anyway.
No, not so fast.
What?
Don't you think maybe we should get together later on and try again in case it didn't work the other night?
How can you actually bring this up when I am this upset?
Well, what's the matter, Julia? You were upset over a legal matter. Can't you keep your personal life separate from your professional life?
No, I can't. See, you seem to have this gift for subdividing your personality. But I don't operate that way.
Oh, come on now, at least be consistent. A minute ago, you were criticizing me for letting my private life get in the way of my work. Seems like what you're doing is a lot worse. You're letting your work get in the way of your private life.
Now, just listen to what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
You are not the only person I'm questioning, but you happen to be the key witness, and I need you to understand that I can't possibly back off as long as there's a reasonable doubt about Gus's guilt.
I understand. But what makes you think there is a reasonable doubt, or any doubt at all?
To begin with, there's a question of what happened to the money. I mean, he didn't have a dime of it on him when he was busted.
Well, maybe he hid it.
Eden, he didn't have time to hide it.
I want to be on your side, okay? I want to believe he didn't do it. Nothing would make me happier in the whole world than to have the two of us just to be able...
Look, I guess it's time we maybe go over this one more time by the numbers.
I have been over it and over it time and time again. I was scared to death.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thank God you're all right. And it's over.
No, it's not over. You are going to continue to worry about this and dig at it until maybe you're able to convince a judge to set Gus Jackson free. But what if you're wrong? What if he's guilty and he comes back here and he wants to get even with me for turning him in? Are you going to be around to protect me then? Are you going to be around to protect any of the people he might hurt?
Talk to Alice?
I tried.
How angry was she?
Oh, she's pretty angry. She feels that you're against Gus, that you think he's guilty. She feels betrayed.
I had no idea she was standing there.
Well, I don't really think that that's the point.
Oh, I'm so sorry. He just makes me so mad. I say things I don't mean.
Tell her that.
I would if she let me.
We'll find a way to work it out. Together. Okay?
Ooh, sorry. Didn't know anybody was there.
Oh, Warren, wait, don't go, son. This is my good friend Caroline, and Caroline Wilson. She also happens to be the mother. She is Jane's mother, and this is my son Warren.
Warren, your father told me so much about you.
Well, I wish I could say the same. Dad hasn't mentioned you.
Well, we haven't had much of a chance to talk, have we? And there's been so much going on.
Right, that must be the reason.
Well, I'm sure you two want to talk, so I'll just leave you.
Don't let me run you off.
No, I really have some things to take care of. Well, Warren, I'm really glad you're home for your father's sake. I hope that you and I can become really good friends.
She's a fine woman, son.
Yeah, looks like it.
She is.
How come the word replacement keeps coming to mind?
No. You know better than that, Warren. Nobody has ever or could ever replace Augusta.
What do you call this, Caroline, Dad? Temporary solace?
Your mother left me, remember? Warren, I know you're hurt. I understand that, but there's no reason to be insulting.
It's tough to think you have a home to come home to and then get here and find out it's not the same anymore.
Hey, you haven't lost your home. You have a home. Come on. There's just been some changes, that's all.
Yeah, changes. Is that all they are? Changes.
No, I guess they're not.
Go on.
I've grown to care a lot about Caroline.
Do you love her?
Yes, I think I do.
It's great, Dad. It's great. I'm happy for you. Well, let's see. The lights and gas are on. The phones are working. Locks have been changed, and the carpets and drapes have been cleaned. My whole list's been taken care of.
You are absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, I know. Is there anything else you need?
Well, I don't know what to say. I guess you pay the rent, too?
Yeah, let's just think of it as a loan until you get back on your feet. There's some basic supplies in the kitchen. You have to make up a list of what you really want, and we'll get somebody else to go do the shopping.
I guess there's not much for me to do then, is there?
You're to concentrate on getting plenty of rest and staying healthy. That's your only job. You think you can handle it?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I can act like Camille and rest in my bedroom and languish there. I'm going to be so spoiled for 9 months, I don't think I'm going to be fit for anything.
You'll be fit to have your baby.
Mason, I am so grateful to you.
I wish you'd stop saying that. I'm the one that should be grateful to you. It's a privilege to take care of you. See, it's been a long time since I had a cause, and you've given me a genuine cause.
I've never known anyone quite like you.
No, there's only one other in captivity. With any luck, you'll never meet him.
Do you mind if I ask you a question? It's a personal question.
I think I could stand up to a little personal questioning. What?
It's about Julia Wainwright.
Lionel, I saw Warren leave. He seemed upset.
He'll calm down.
It was because of me?
Oh, it's my fault. I should have talked to him. It was just a surprise seeing you. I should have prepared him more.
Well, this hasn't been a good day for either of us with our children, has it?
No. Children are sometimes they're like exotic pets. They need, well, their sensitivities need constant care and feeding.
It's brought me so much bad luck.
Hey, you just stop that. Let me just tell you something. You have brought me things that I thought that I'd lost forever, like love and laughter, a sweet elixir of happiness. Hey, come on, we're always going to have problems. They're always going to be here. Life is an obstacle course. You have to go around it and under it and over it, and it'll still. All those obstacles will never go away. But we'll work together, okay? We will. What was it? Voltaire said you got to cultivate your garden. and what better place to start than here in mine? Come on.
What are you still doing here? I thought after today you'd have the sense not to come here anymore.
Alice, you don't mean that.
I heard what she said today. She is not my good friend anymore. And I don't think I should live in a house where an enemy of my father's is welcomed.
Oh, Alice, honey, I'm not an enemy of your father's. I was upset in the courthouse today, but I didn't mean what I said in spite of how it might have sounded.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And if you're going to be hanging around here and if you let her, then I'm moving out today.
Alice, you don't mean it. Where would you go?
I'll go to my father's room. That's where I belong, and that is where I'm staying.
Julia.
Yeah, I don't mean to get personal. I was just curious. She seemed a little bit upset.
Julia and I are colleagues and friends. Yes, nothing more. Why were you curious?
Well, I don't know. I seemed to get some strange vibes, as if she were upset that I was in your office.
No, what you saw was a lawyer's dispute. She was upset because we're adversaries in a court case. Had nothing to do with you.
Oh, I'm glad, but I could understand if I had been the cause. I'm sure your family and friends wouldn't be too thrilled that you're helping me, especially if they knew about the baby.
I learned a long time ago not to be guided by what other people might think. You wind up going around in circles.
Aren't you concerned that Cruz and Eden may find out I'm pregnant?
I've thought about it, yeah. I think we both know how destructive it could be. I hope it's not going to happen.
Well, Cruz is certainly not going to find out from me that he is father of my child.
Under normal circumstances, I believe in a father's right, especially his right to know his children. Not in this case, however.
Mason, I don't quite understand why you are my friend, but you're just about the only one that I have. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Well, you're going to have to figure out something for a few hours because I've got to get back to the office.
Oh, well, I'm fine on an hourly basis.
Well, good. I'll be back to check on you later this evening if I
Oh,
can.
no, that's not really necessary. I have a lot of reading to do. You don't have to worry about me.
Well, if you're sure that's what you want.
Mason?
Yeah?
Nothing. I'll just miss you while you're gone.
It won't be for long. I'll see you tomorrow, huh?
Are you through questioning the staff?
Oh, but the one of them was off today.
Did you find anything useful?
Not a thing, but then I'm just getting started. I'm sure I'll find something when I cover more ground.
Well, if there's anything I can do to help. Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. Excuse me. How'd it go?
I couldn't get the charges dropped. What about you?
Well, I couldn't trace the money. And Gus had $10 in his pocket and his paycheck when he got busted, which was 5 minutes after he supposedly had stolen $5,000.
Mason will probably argue that he was a big spender. Inconspicuous consumption.
You have any fantasies about where the money might be?
Yeah, well, I don't think we're going to find out until we catch the real thief.
How are you going to defend him?
I think the only thing that I can do is to discredit the star witness, which happens to be Eden. And Cruz, I hope that doesn't happen because it's going to get really rough on her in court.
It's not going to happen. I won't let it. Sorry.
Why didn't you say something?
I thought maybe you were, look, I didn't mean to frighten you, I'm sorry.
What are you doing here?
I'm looking around. I was thinking I might be able to find something that could help your dad's case out. You mind me telling me what's in the suitcase?
Just some personal items I brought here.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, what, you think I'm in cahoots with my father, that I've got the stolen money, huh?
I didn't say that.
Well, look, see? Nothing. No false items either.
Okay, Alice, I wouldn't be here unless I thought your father was innocent. I'm just trying to help.
Sorry, I overreacted.
That's okay. You want to run by me one more time what happened the other night, the night of the robbery?
Yeah, sure. I don't know what I can tell you other than what I've already told you. After my father got fired from the Orient Express, he came straight back here.
You absolutely sure about the time he got home?
Yes, because he was just barely in the room when the policeman came and arrested him.
Uh-huh.
Do you really mean that about wanting to help him?
Yes, I do.
I appreciate that. I really do. I would also appreciate it if, you checked with me before you came here again. You see, I'm going to be living here.
Really?
Yes. I am old enough to decide on where I want to live, you know.
Well, I'm not saying you're not. It's just that this is kind of a dangerous neighborhood. It might not be safe for you to live here by yourself.
Well, I'm going to be safe. This is my father's home. And now it's mine.
She can't live in that place alone. The building's dangerous. The neighborhood's dangerous. Damn it, Caroline, why do you let her do it?
Let her. How could I stop her? She didn't ask permission. She just walked in and now she was leaving. Lionel did his best to talk her out of it, but apparently she inherited your stubborn streak.
All right. She's coming to visit me tonight. I'll talk her out of it myself.
Oh, you will?
Don't act like I'm doing you some kind of favor.
Well, it is a big help. I couldn't stand the thought of her being there any more than you could. Gus, I know you must love Alice much more than you hate me.
I love Alice more than I do anything in this world.
If that's true, then you won't go through with that threat you made before.
What about your rich white boyfriend? Does he know the truth about you?
He knows that I'm Alice's mother.
The rest of it?
No.
No surprise there.
Look, Gus, I have done some awful things. I have been selfish.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Well, I'd rather say it than have you say it. Look, I am sorry you hate me so much, but I will not be blamed for not raising my daughter. You took her from me. You wanted to leave.
Now, that's a lie. You never cared about what I wanted. You didn't even think to ask me. I wanted a family and a marriage and one that would last. But that never occurred to you, did it?
You never said anything like that to me.
No, because I knew it would never satisfy you. No one man could. Oh, hell, well, it doesn't matter. It's ancient history. Only thing we have left to talk about or to fight about is Alice. And that's one fight that I am going to win. Guard! Get me out of here, will you?
Mason, what are you doing here?
I think you know.
Does it have anything to do with me?
Everything. I came because I couldn't stay away any longer. I know it's not part of our deal, Julia. But I've fallen in love with you.
Mason?
I want to marry you, Julia. And be a father. Give us a chance to be a family.
I want that. I want that so much.
Well, Julia, what a surprise.
Mason, I came by to apologize to you. I'm sorry. I acted unprofessionally.
It's already forgotten.
I'm glad.
Anything else?
There's a little bit more.
More what? Business or pleasure? Or a hybrid of both?
It's business. Let's look at these. What do you have these tapes for? You gonna open up a screening room on the taxpayer's time?
No, they're just a few old movies.
Oh, yeah? I didn't know you were an old movie buff.
Well, movies in general, not necessarily old movies. They're not for me, anyway.
Victoria.
How'd you guess? Help her while away the hours during her recovery.
Well, to business. I thought you might be interested in the reasons why you're going to lose the Gus Jackson case.
Oh, I'd be fascinated. I hadn't heard I was going to lose it at all.
It's inevitable. You see, I've already come up with 4 precedents of minority members who have been wrongly accused of a crime simply because they were in the wrong place at the wrong time. It's called racial stereotyping. And in each of these instances, it was dismissed.
You see these, Julia? For every precedent you can cite, I can cite 20 to the contrary. Now, if that sounds like a losing hand, you'd better give up playing cards.
That is sheer bravado, Mason. I am giving you a chance to get out while you're still ahead.
It's because I'm ahead that I'm not giving up, Julia. I'm going to win this case, and deep down, I think you know it.
What I would like to know is the real reason why you refuse to consider the fact that Gus may be innocent.
More to the point, let's consider why you've lost your objectivity with this client, and not for the first time, may I add.
That was a low blow, and you know it. But what else can I expect from a man like you? You are malicious and opinionated, and you are too full of yourself to ever consider anybody else's feelings. You know, the DA's office is a perfect place for you because you have not got the compassion to defend anybody.
Now, let's not start calling each other names. You're right, I shouldn't have said what I did, and I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. I'm glad you said it, because I needed to hear something like this to open up my mind to the simple fact that no matter how much I think you've changed, you never have, and you never will. Mason, you know, you're a...
A what?
You're a pain in the you-know-what.
Hi, baby.
Daddy, I'm late.
No, that's okay. I was anxious to see you. Sit down. Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine. And I have some news. I moved out of the Lockridge house today and into your room.
Yeah, I know. Caroline came and told me.
Oh, well, she's part of the reason I moved out.
Alice, listen to me, honey. I love you very much, and I worry about you. I don't want you living in that place alone. I want you to go back to the Lockridges, where there are people who care about you and who are going to watch out for you.
Caroline made you say that, didn't she?
The minute she told me about it, I told her that I was not going to have it. And yeah, I told her I talked to you.
There's nothing to talk about. I am not leaving there. Dad, your room is very important to me. It's your home. And it's going to be ours when you get out of here. Now, I'm going to fix it up and make it look really pretty. And you're going to be so surprised when you come home.
Honey, that's very sweet. I'm very proud of you, and I love you for wanting to be with me. But that dump is no good for either one of us. I told you before I was going to get us a nice place, a place we could be proud of, a place that you could bring your friends to, and that we would enjoy living in.
Well, that's fine. You can have that, too. But I want to be with you. I don't care where we live. It can be a park bench or an all-night movie theater or Buckingham Palace, just so it's ours.
I want the same thing. But it's dangerous in that neighborhood, and I'm afraid something bad is going to happen to you.
Oh, Daddy, you have nothing to worry about. I'm a big girl now. I'm your daughter. And if I have not learned how to take care of myself by now, well, then it's time I learn.
You look as good as I feel.
Yeah, it's been quite a day, believe me.
You must have had the same day I did.
Warren, look who's here.
Warren, hi! Oh, it's good to see you.
Oh, you look great. I missed you.
I missed you, too. Did you get my letters?
Oh, they helped a lot.
Well, it's good that you're home. I hope you're staying here.
Well, no definite plans. Sure is. You're going to stick around, aren't you, guy? We'll see.
This place hasn't been the same without you.
Well, what's new with you? What's up?
Tons.
Well, let's have dinner one night and talk all about it. I want to hear about
I'd
it.
love to do that.
All right. I'll call you right now. I gotta run because I got some things to do.
Okay.
It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you. Call me.
I will. Don't worry.
All right, what's wrong? Did you two have a fight already?
He's uncomfortable about Caroline. He thinks she's trying to take Augusta's place. We'll work our way through it. What about you? What's wrong with you?
What makes you think anything is?
Same thing. Same thing that you have. 6th sense.
I got into another fight with Mason over the Gus Jackson case. I'm more angry at myself than I am him.
Is that all there is to it?
You know, you're driving me a little nuts with your 6th sense.
Julia, go on. Out with it. Come on.
You've already guessed that I'm more involved with Mason than I intended to be. But after this fight, it got me to think, and it reminded me just how abrasive Mason can be. And I was getting a little starry-eyed, so I should be grateful, actually. Relieved, even. And I am. I really am.
So there are no more residuals. Yeah, I see. Well, you've got my new phone number in case anything breaks, right? Yeah, thanks. Thanks a lot. Oh, no. Hold on a second. Mason, what is all this?
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like a VCR and some old movies.
Well, I thought you weren't coming back tonight.
Well, I changed my mind. I was in the mood for a sentimental old film and hoped that you'd feel the same way. Are you too tired?
Oh, no, I'm not too tired at all. What did you bring?
A couple of old Betty Davis films and a Jimmy Stewart movie.
Are we going to have time to watch all these?
Well, as long as the popcorn holds out, and we do.
Thank you, Mason. This is exactly what I needed.
All you need.
I need a favor.
What?
I want you to do the voice identification again.
I don't see what difference it'll make.
You told me
you've been
that you
through all
were
of
pretty sure, Eden, but not 100%.
Is 99.9% sure enough?
Is it sure enough for you?
All right. When and where?
How about here and now? There are 4 voices on this tape, each of them saying what the robber said to you. I want you to listen and tell me which one you recognize.
I got a gun. Give me the money.
I got a gun. Give me the money.
I got a gun. Give me the money.
That's him. Let's go.
I got a gun.
You're sure?
Yes.
Read this.
Officers Hicks, Daly, Lowry, and Rice. I don't get it.
Those are the names that go with the voices. The officer you picked is Officer Lowry. Gus Jackson's voice isn't even on the tape.
What are you doing?
I'm packing your things so I can take you home where you belong.
Oh, no, you're not. You leave this alone. I swear I'm staying. I'm not going anywhere.
Alice, that's nonsense. I have already talked to your father, and he wants you to go back to Lionel. He said he'd tell you as soon as you went to see him tonight.
Well, I've already seen him, and I told him I'm staying. Now, I don't have to take orders from anyone, and certainly not you, so please just leave this alone.
Don't you understand? You are not safe here alone. Now, come on. Wait a minute, what is this? Oh, my God, it's one of the money bags from the Orient Express.
No.
Well, Alice, look at the markings.
I don't care. It's not that. No.
Oh, Alice, use your head.
Look, we have to help my daddy. We'll destroy it.
We can't do that. Don't you know that destroying evidence is a crime?
Sending my daddy back to prison is the worst crime. It'll kill him, and me too. Oh, Caroline, we don't have to tell anybody. Look, I'll do anything you say. I'll go back with you. I won't argue. I'll work for you. I'll do anything
please,
you say.
don't ask something like that of me. I have no choice.
Oh, yes, you do. Yes, you do. We can throw it away. Here, give it to me. I'll throw it away. And nobody has to know.
We will know. How will we live with us if we can't hide this and keep it from the police? Come on, we have to tell them. Believe me, I don't want to, but I've got to.
Johnny, this is the first time in my life since I've been away from America.
Me too.
Isn't it just beautiful?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
You've got to admit the dialogue is pretty silly.
No, it's not silly.
Well, maybe that's not the right word for it. Florid? Obvious?
No.
Overdone?
It's very romantic.
Well, nobody ever accused me of understanding romance. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that better?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Johnny, isn't it just beautiful?
You comfortable?
Very.
Oh, blue eyes, darling.
I can't believe it.
It's true. You were under a lot of pressure. You wanted to do the right thing.
I feel really stupid.
Well, I don't want you to feel stupid. I mean, I was just trying to prove a point.
You made one.
Well, I hope so. You see, when somebody has gone through a crime like that, something violent like that, it's really hard for them to be positive about anything.
What am I going to do?
Well, I guess it's up to you. I'm sure you'll make the right decision.
Thank you, Bruce. Please don't ever give up on me. Not ever.